Hello, my name is Juan Castro from Team Vertica, and we're going to go through a VFitMax class today. So with VFitMax, basically what we're trying to do is get our heart rate up and also just work on our strength and our endurance. So we'll start with our warm-up, and then we'll go into 3 different circuits. Each circuit is composed of an arm exercise, a core exercise, and a leg exercise in that order, and we'll repeat it twice. So you're going to have 3 rounds for each circuit, and then we'll do 3 circuits. So we'll go ahead and get started with our warm-up. I like to just go side to side, stepping back and forth, getting some blood flow going, working it out. And then I'll also start to throw in my arms, crisscross, back and forth, just going nice and easy, get some good movement, begin our workout, get into the right mental space as we go through. Here we can bring our arm bent at the shoulder, get a little bit more intense. Important thing here, again, just to warm up, nice and proper, get that blood flow going. And we'll go into our jog. And then I was gonna head up the tempo, just a little bit faster, high knees. Just start to feel your breath here. Get that going. And then we'll go ahead and go into some jumping jacks. I do about 25, 30 jumping jacks here. Just going through. All right, so once we're done here, we're gonna come back to our poles if you have it. If you don't have a pole, you can always use a wall, you can use a chair, just something that's close by, holding onto it, just maintaining your balance. We're gonna bring our knee up to our chest, and we'll get 5 leg swings with the bent knee. After 5, we'll go ahead and straighten out that leg and get 5 more straight leg. Coming up. From there, we'll kind of just go across the body, really pointing the toes out to the side. Another set of 5. And then from here, we'll even get some hip circles. So we'll go ahead and bring this leg up, knee up, out to the side, twist it back down. And we'll get 5 here. That's number 3, 4, and 5. And then we can reverse the motion, bringing the knee up and then back in, close it up. So up and around. 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. 5 bent leg to start. Add that knee up to your chest, not the other way around. You don't want to bring the chest down. 5 straight leg. And then from here, out to the side, 5 times. And 5. Good. And then we'll open and close our hips. So starting with opening, bring it up, swing it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then reverse the motion, bring the knee up, bring it back in. From here, we'll go ahead and just kind of warm up our head a little bit, the neck, shoulders. We'll get 3 rotations in one direction. I'll get 3 in the other direction. 1, 2, 3. And then from here, we're gonna pull our shoulders down. We're gonna do arm circles going forward. I like to start with the arm circles being nice and tight. We'll get about 15 circles here. And then once we've done that, we're just gonna gradually get bigger with our circles until we get as big as we can go. And then I'll get 5 big circles. From there, we'll do the same thing going backwards. So pull the shoulders back and down, nice and tight. About 15 here. All right, and then gradually get bigger with your circles. Yeah, very nice, and then as big as you can go. 5 more. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll just crisscross again. And then I'll actually start to go back and forth again. Tie it all back together from the start. Alright, we should be good to go. We'll get into our first circuit. So, circuit number 1. We'll start with some push-ups on the pole. We'll do some stronghold knee tucks, and then we'll go through into our horse squats, or basically a plie squat. So, from here, we're going to have our palms on the pole, thumbs pointing down. Go a little bit lower than your chest height and find an angle that works for you. So the more angle you have, the more difficult the exercise becomes. The more vertical you are, the easier the exercise is. So you can work on your progression from there. The other thing to think about too is your stance. If your feet are together, that is a more difficult stance than if your feet are apart. So you can also play with your foot stance, bring them in as you get stronger, try and narrow your stance as much as possible. From here, we're gonna get 10 push-ups on the pole with one hand on top, and then we'll switch our hands and we'll get 10 push-ups with the other hand on top. All right. From there, we're going to go into our stronghold position where we wrap our inside arm around the pole and our outside hand goes right on top. We want to make sure that our hips are in front of the pole. And again, we're going to go through our progression. So we'll go from easiest to hardest. Easiest one is just to bring one leg up, bring the other leg up, tap, tap, bring it back down, and then just repeat, tap, 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 okay? And then next progression from here, if you can, you're pulling yourself back, keeping your shoulders engaged, staying nice and strong through your back. Bring both knees up, bring it back down, knees up, and back down. Okay, so we'll do 4 of those on each side. And then the last progression here is we're going to do what's known as a straddle position, middle split stretch, trying to just work our adductors here. So from here, we're going to push our butt back, keeping our back nice and flat, so that when I'm doing this, I'm pushing and leading with my butt. Okay, so when you first start off doing this, keep your stance a little bit more narrow so you warm up, then you can be a little bit wider. Okay, also remember to try and keep your feet pointing straight ahead for this one. So don't turn your feet out this way, don't turn your knees out that way. They should be in the same position as your torso. And you're going to push your butt back as far as you can, and then come back up. I like to do it in front of a pole. You can even do it in front of a wall. So that way you're learning to drive your hips back, touch that pole, and then come back up, okay? You can even step forward a little bit more, make it more difficult. Try and push back, and then come back up. From there, we're gonna do 10 of these as well, okay? Hopefully that works. I'll show different angles. I'll even do it from the side, and also facing forward to just show you the differences between the two. All right, so here we go. Let's get started. We'll start with our push-ups on the pole. 10 with one hand on top, 10 with the other hand on top. So here we go. I'll just count it up. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. From there, you can reset. You can wipe your hands off, come back to the pole, and last set of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, from here we're going to our stronghold knee tucks. So grabbing the pole, remember that you're pulling yourself up, engage through your back, holding yourself up as you're doing this, trying to squeeze through the hands here, and also making sure that this elbow is pointing straight ahead. So you can start off tap, tap. I'm gonna transition to both knees up, bring it up, and then good. I'll just do 4 there. Switch to the other side. Again, I'm gonna start with the taps and then go to the regular ones. So tap, 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 tap. And then if you're doing it, both knees up, yeah. Okay. From here on in, I'm gonna just work on the knee tuck version, both knees coming up on the next 2 rounds. So last one, working our middle straddles, really working through the adductors and trying to get them nice and strong. Again, first round, don't have to be super wide. We're just gonna try and fold, push the butt back, tap that pole, and come up. I like to keep my hands out to the side, keep myself nice and strong, braced, really working through the legs, driving my feet together as I push my hips back. That's 5. I'm just gonna show it from a different angle. From here, being in front of the pole, tap back, and coming up. Again, butt back, back flat, and up. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good, so that was 10 total, and we'll repeat it 2 more times. Here we go. Push-ups on the pole, 10 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reset yourself. Make sure you wipe your hands a little bit if you're super sweaty like I am right now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Remember to make sure that you're challenging yourself, but still doable. I'm going to get 4 knee tucks here. Again, pulling through my back, keep my shoulders back, hip in front of the pole, knees up. 1, 2, really control that descent. 3, last one. 4, very nice. You're gonna re-wipe, strong hold position, elbow pointing straight ahead. Pull through your back, get yourself up on your toes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, just a light touch if you can, that's great. Again, just going through. I can even try and push myself a little bit farther by standing farther in front of the pole. Push my hips back. 1, 2, 3. Don't be afraid to make adjustments. As you progress, if you're finding it's too easy, make it a little harder. You can always go back to making it easier. 7, 8, 9, last one. And 10. Good. Just walk your feet in. Woo, doing great work. Here we go. Last round. Another set of 10. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Give yourself a moment. Reset. Come back to the pole. Remember, pick your progression. If you need to come up more upright, go ahead and do that. If you need to widen your stance, go ahead and do that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job, everybody. So back to our stronghold knee tucks. Again, keep your form. This is the part where we really need to work on our form. Pulling up, drive. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. You're good. Re-grip. Stay up on your toes. Give yourself some height. Pull your elbow in. Pull through your back. Drive your knees up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very nice. Good, good, good. All right, last round, I'm gonna go from this side angle. I'm gonna have a little bit wider stance, challenge myself a little bit more, push myself away from the pole a little bit more, try and find it. That was a little bit too far. Step back a little bit, through, and back up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Just change my angle again, just to show you from this view. A little little bit wider with my legs. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And just walk your feet back in, just nice and easy. Good. Take a break here in between rounds. So if you're doing the VFitMax with other people, it's a full class. You can also challenge them by adding bonus things, since most people will finish at different times. I just encourage people to stay moving, going even if they're just simply walking around the pole, trying to help your heart come back down. The thing is to try not to stop moving. Stay warm in between cycles. You can even ask people to do like bonus exercises. If they finish their circuit, I'll typically have my students, if they want to, no pressure, to do whether their favorite climb or just a climb in general before coming down and going through walking it up, okay? The whole point here is to just help your heart come back down a little bit before we get started with our second circuit. So I'll just go through. You can even add some certain moves, just going through, just nice and slow. Again, until you feel like you're able to talk, waiting for your class to finish. If you're doing this on your own, we'll just go ahead and get started with our second circuit. So, circuits 2 and 3 are typically, a little bit more intense. We want to just try and have our first circuit, not necessarily easy, just to keep the muscles, trying to still warm up through it. Circuits 2 and 3, we're going to go a little bit more intense and keep that going from here. So we'll start with our carousel kicks from behind the pole, working our push-pull. So bringing the leg up, whatever leg is on the pole, my opposite hand is on top. I'm pulling and engaging through my shoulders. And if I'm just working on progressing, first part, just bring your leg up. I'm really pushing through the pole with this leg, okay? I keep it a little bit higher than my knee, just in case if I do slide down, I'm still able to stick to the pole and making sure that the shin is in contact with the pole. So the inside of the kneecap and the outside of the ankle, and then the shin is on the pole that whole time, trying to push through the pole, okay? So we're gonna get 4 of those on each side. You can switch anytime you want. If you're here and coming up and can do a full carousel kick, great. Let's say you can do a couple without hitting the ground. That's also great as well. But again, finding something that's challenging but doable for you, you're gonna do 4 on each side. From here, we're actually gonna come down to the ground. Now we'll be in a plank position, making sure that the hands right underneath your shoulders, spreading your fingertips out, trying to get as much surface area as you can, and pushing the world away. So really staying engaged through your shoulders, push through the ground, and we're gonna be in that plank position. From here, we're gonna take one leg, bring that knee to the outside of your elbow, and then bring it back. You'll switch sides, knee, outside of the elbow, and come on back. So that's there. If we wanted to regress it a little bit, maybe that's a little bit too much, we're going to be in our plank position. And then from here, instead of bringing the knee to the outside, just bring the knee towards the elbow underneath your body, come back up, other side, from there. And then if you need to regress that one, same thing with the hands. So pushing through the world, keeping it away from you, and then just bring the knee to the inside or the opposite elbow. Come through, back, back. For this video, I'm just gonna do the knee to the outside. We're gonna get that 5 times on each side. All right, and then we're gonna finish with a little bit of plyometrics here. So working on our jumping ability, trying to stretch that muscle out, the quad muscle, work on some eccentric strength and concentric explosiveness. So we're going to split squat, 1 foot in front of the other, come down. You'll do a full squat, and then on the next one, you're gonna come down and use that to split the legs, switch positions, come back up, again, 1 full squat, and then on the next one, switch. So up and switch, up and switch. So that pairing is 1 rep. You'll do 5 reps on each side or 10 total, okay? If you need to regress it, you can always hold on to the pole here, bring 1 foot in front, 1 foot behind, squat, and switch. Squat, and switch. Okay? The pole is just helping you stay balanced as you do it. You're not really relying on it. You're not trying to pull yourself up with your hand. Still rely on your legs, please, as much as possible. And if you have to regress it even more, just take the jump out of it, but try and still explode up. So what I mean by that is you'll do your squat, explode. Come through, switch, down, and explode. Try and come up onto your toes, okay? For the video, I'm gonna be doing the explosive part of it, working on those jumps, okay? So again, we're gonna start with our carousel kicks, and then we'll go into our Spider-Man planks, and then we'll finish with our split jumps. All right, so here we go. 4 and 4 on each side. Again, pulling through my shoulders, bringing myself up, bring that leg up. 1, that's 2, 3, and 4. Very nice. Go ahead and switch. Other leg. Again, other hand is on top from the opposite leg being used. Up. Good. Good. Remember, this is fine too. Just wherever you're at. Good. 4 there. Very nice. We'll come down to the ground. Push up plank position. Push the world away. So really drive through your shoulders. 1 leg up. Other leg. 5 on each side. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Very nice. And then we're going to do our split jumps. So again, hang on to the pole if you need to. If not, just place your hands on your hips. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. All right, great. Whew. All right. This one's a little bit more intense. Stay with it though, keep working. Find your progression. Again, 2, 3, and 4. Good, good, good. And you don't have to keep pace with me. Try and just do what you can. Try not to go too fast. Still working on your technique. 3, last one, and 4. Very nice. Good, shake it out a second. Get yourself in control. So, again, pushing the world away. Spread your fingertips out. Push through the ground. Keep yourself nice and strong. So do 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, and 5. Nice. Good work, y'all. Good work. Shake it out. Whew. Couple deep breaths. Now we'll go into a split jump. So, down, up, and switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Notice I do switch my arms, make it almost into a run. 8, 9, and 10. Woo! Try and stay balanced though. Don't do what I just did. Keep yourself upright. Stay in control. All right, last round. Doing great. So, bring that leg up. Outside hand nice and high. Remember, pull through your shoulder blades. Bring yourself to the pole. Push through the pole with that leg. That's 2. 3, very nice. And 4. Excellent, excellent. Ooh, check it out a little bit. Other side. Bring that leg up. Pull. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very nice, y'all. Okay, coming back down to the ground. We're almost there. Doing great. Stay strong. Push the world away. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Good. Yes. Good work. All right, split squats one more time. Whoo! Starting to really feel it. Here we go. Hands on the hips. Stay strong. Really drive your hands into your hips. Try and use that for control. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Very nice. And this. Woo, help your heart out, walk around a little bit. Don't just stop. Don't just immediately collapse if you can. Try and stay moving, even if it's just walking around. Help lower your heart rate just a little bit until everybody finishes. Again, you can take this time, work on your climb, get your bonus round in, whatever exercise you choose for the bonus round. Or you can just stay here, keep walking it, get your breath back. There's a lot of good work we just did. And stay nice and tall. You can even get a few more stretches in if you need to. Woo. And I know I haven't mentioned it at all, but if you need to get some water, go ahead and get some water. Just not too much. Obviously you don't want to feel bloated while you're doing your exercises here. If you need a sip or two, that's more than 5. Okay. So, next round, or the last round here, we're gonna do what's known as a scapular pull-up. So if you have a pull-up bar, you don't necessarily have a pole at home, you can just go from the head hang position, and you're gonna just kind of work on just basically shrugging. So you wanna engage through your lat, pull yourself up and back. So you're just gonna pull, engage, and come back down. Pull, come back down. If you're using a pull-up bar and you don't have access to a pole at home, that's fine. Try that as your thing. You can also just find something that's off to the side. You can even work just going from here, pulling down, and pulling yourself up. And then making sure you do the other side. But as far as this class goes, if you have access to a pole, here's what we're doing. It's known as a scapular pull-up. So you're gonna have both hands up on the pole. We're gonna begin, if you're first starting this and you've never done these exercises before, you're gonna just start with your feet flat, heels on the ground. And then you're gonna pull yourself up onto your toes and then come back down. Notice the engagement here. I'm trying to pull my arms back to me, leading with the elbow so I can engage through my lats, the latissimus dorsi. And that's gonna help you quite a bit. So we wanna just imagine pulling this pole to you. It's obviously not gonna happen. Leading with your elbow, that's gonna give you a nice strong pull and back extended position. Okay? You're gonna do 5 with one hand on top, just coming through, and then 5 with your other hand on top. Pulling up and back down. Okay? If you feel comfortable and you feel like you're pretty strong, start on your toes, reaching up as high as you can, and making sure the body stays in contact with the pole. Pull yourself up and come back down. And notice that I'm kind of pulling away from the pole with the upper body. Again, that's just me pulling with my lats, trying to get as much extension through my back as I can. And then you're gonna get 5 with the other hand on top, staying on your toes, pull up and come back down. Okay? Pretty simple exercise, but it's not easy, so don't confuse the two. Simple is not synonymous with easy. So, the next thing we're gonna do, you're just gonna drive your hips up, squeezing through your butt, and then lift that leg up. Hold, and then bring it back down, nice and slow. Don't let your hips sink back down. Try and stay in your plank position, stay strong. We're gonna get 5 leg lifts on each side, pausing at the top, and bringing it back down. If that feels like it's pretty comfortable for you, go ahead and straighten that leg out, create a longer lever, coming up, lift, and just slow descent. Up, nice and slow. Okay? Again, 5 on each side, and we'll switch 5 on the other side. Okay? So the last part here is known as a horse squat. We're going to start with your feet together. I like to just give myself just a nice, making sure that there's nothing really around me. I'm going to drive my heels out, then my toes, and then I'm just going to repeat that process again. Heels out, toes out. And that puts me in a pretty good position here to go through my plie squats or my horse squats. From here, I'm going to bend at the knees and just make sure that I'm driving my knees out and away as I squat down. And then I'm going to come back up, okay? So we don't want this, and we don't want to see your chest fall forward. So a good cue to help you, and I might do it a couple times, is use a pole or a wall, something that you can kind of just be next to and straddle it out. So I'm going to start with my feet together, heels out, toes out, heels out, toes out. From here, keep my body nice and vertical, and I'm going to come down, push my knees out, squeeze my butt, come back up. It's nice and slow, nice and easy. Down and back up. We're gonna get 10 horse squats. Try and keep your torso as high as possible. Try not to fold in half. If I start and I hit the pole, then I know I'm leaning forward too much. Try to rectify that. You just have to stay strong and brace through your body, okay? So we'll get 10 horse squats after all that. All right. So here we go, last and final round. Also, if you need to re-grip up, now's a great time to do that. But if you feel okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So, scapular pull-ups here, reaching nice and high, staying on my toes to start, pulling up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Just think about shrugging, anti-shrug or shrugging down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And don't be afraid to change it up halfway through. You figure you start off on your toes, you can always come back down to your heels, change it up. And you don't feel like you have to be obligated to do all 5 if you can't do it with good technique. So I'm gonna start side plank, squeeze, brace, keep that leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, very nice. Last one. And 5. Good, good. Woo. Switch to the other side. Bend that knee, push your hips forward, squeeze your butt. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Kind of try and make that a game. Try and keep your leg up as high as you can for as long as possible. Okay? So we'll go back to our horse squats. Standing nice and tall to the pole. So heels out, toes, heels, toes. And then I can probably just adjust myself, stay up nice and tall. And 1, drive your knees out. 2, trying to work out adductors. For those of you that have trouble with your middle splits, this is a great exercise for that. 5, 6. I use my hands going out to counterbalance me, keep myself upright. If you're wondering why I'm doing that, that's why. 9, last one here, and 10. Good, and we shall repeat 2 more times. So staying close to the pole. Stay engaged, stay on your toes if you can, and pull up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very nice. Shake it out, come back down, shake those legs out, come back up, and let's set it 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good, good, good. Really nice and straight, back it out, push through the ground, push the world away. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switch to the other side. Drive your arm through the ground. remember, bring your hips forward, bend that leg. Nice, good work. Very long time. So, after our horse squats. Heels, toes, heels, toes. And just slide myself forward a little bit. And go. 1, 2, 3. 8. 9. Last one. Here we go. That's it. Good. Extra. Nice. Compose. Then you just shake it out. Come back to the pole. Last round. Here we go. 5 and 5. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. And 5. Nice. Switch your arms. Other hand is on top now. Stay strong. Pull yourself up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very nice. Good. Take it out. Back to our side planks. Almost there, y'all. 2 more exercises. Here we go. So again, drop through the ground. Hips up. Squeeze your glutes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. 5. Nice. Good. Other side. Hips up, set. Squeeze, embrace, hips forward. And 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. Nice and slow. Slow it down. And 5. Nice. Good work. And we're going to finish last round. 4 squats. Here we go. So, heels, toes, heels, toes. Get yourself in a good spot. Next to your pole, or wall. 2, 3. Remember, keep driving those knees out. 4, 5, 6. Get a nice good sink into that squat. 7, 8, 9. Last one. And 10. All right, we'll do a bonus one here. Just hold. Stay strong. As long as you can. Squeeze. Slowly come up. All right. Nice job. Good work. Nice job. Again, take a little bit of time. Help your heart out. Going one way, going the other way. If you're incorporating some bonus exercise, make sure you do that. Again, I like to work on climbs when I'm tired. Nice way to go to finish off the circuits. All right, so very nice. So we'll go ahead and proceed with the cool down. So let's just go ahead, just like we started, we're just gonna go side to side and just think about what you just did. Let your breath come back. Again, shaking it out, really emphasizing trying to loosen up all those muscles. We got a lot of blood flow to them. Good deep breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. If you have to. You can go in through your nose and out through your nose. That'd be even more power to you. So then I'll go ahead and just start putting weight on one side. I'm just going to shake out that leg. Make it as jiggly as possible. Still controlling your breath. And then we'll switch to the other side. Again, shake it out, try and relax as much as you can. Just focus on Getting as much jiggle as you can through your legs, through the arms as well. We'll do that one next. All right, come back nice and tall. Just do one arm at a time. Just shake it out. Nice. Let it hang. You can work on just different oscillations here. Work the wrist a little bit. But just try to stay relaxed. And we'll do the other side. Just hang from that shoulder. So we'll just go ahead, try to incorporate as much as you can. Shake it all out. You can even fold in half. Shake it out at the bottom here. One vertebrae at a time, and lift your spine back up. And just repeat, coming back down. It's nice and easy. Try to relax. Relax. Okay. All right. And because we did a lot of good shoulder work, last thing I like to end with is some shoulder rolls. Going backwards here. We'll get about 10 of these. Again, this is just about cooling down. Try and get your breath back. Now we'll go forwards. We'll get about 10 here. All right. And then I always like to end on a brain teaser here. So still doing our shoulder rolls. We're gonna go one shoulder forward, one shoulder back. I like to shrug up first. Bring it through and what's known as figure eights. Okay, just trying to work our brain here for the last part. One going forward, one going back. Get both hemispheres working. All right, go ahead, come back up and switch directions. All right, good. And just keep shaking it out. Very nice work, y'all. So that was a VFitMax class. I'm Juan Castro from Vertical Fitness. Thanks for joining us.